Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about senior mobility. And I know that you know somebody that would benefit from this video and benefit from the stretching suggestions that will be offered. So what I'd like for you to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video. Also, copy the link and share it on your social media pages, especially tagging anyone that may benefit. A senior could be anyone from the age of 50 all the way up to 109. Seriously. We're going to focus though on people about 62 to 65 and older. So I have a soft spot for senior citizens in general. Where we live is definitely a higher community of senior citizens. And I have been teaching for the past 5 years senior aqua fitness classes at our local rec center. And I do it because I love it so much. And also, I feel really connected to people that have the full circle of balancing exercise, eating right, drinking water, but most importantly, being happy and loving themselves. And I believe that people that stay active definitely are happier individuals. Now, as seniors, they have already losing so much. In 2012, the U.S. Census report stated that senior citizens 65 and older, 70% struggle with mobility. But it's not just senior citizens. 2 out of 3 Americans struggle walking. So this is something that tells me that people need to start moving their body. They need to drink plenty of water, the appropriate amount of water, and they need to be eating healthy foods. So when you do that, your muscles become nutrient satisfied. The muscles become hydrated with water. And this really helps with those achy muscles, and it also helps with mobility. I went to the store the other day, and now granted, we're getting kind of to those stages of quarantine where people are coming out of their houses, they're doing more shopping, they're becoming more active in the community, which is fantastic to see. Now, the reason why I'm making this video in particular is because as I was walking into the store, in the parking lot, there was a gentleman who had fallen. And this gentleman was using a cane. And before even opening his truck door, he had fallen. And there was another gentleman who was trying to lift him up. By the time I got there, he was already to his feet, but I was able to give him his cane and open the door, and then the other gentleman helped him into his truck. And the reality is if that other gentleman hadn't been there to help him, the senior citizen would not have been able to get off the ground. He was definitely damaged. His arm and his leg were both bleeding. And it just broke my heart. And then by the time I got to the store, the ambulance and fire truck were there. And I talked to the store manager who came out to greet them. And I said, "Is this for the gentleman that just fell?" And he goes, "There's another one?" He goes, "We have been having falls from senior citizens for days now." And I mean, these falls must be pretty serious if they're calling the fire truck and the ambulance, right? So it got me thinking. I know my classes at the pool have been closed, and I have a huge senior community that come to the aqua fitness classes. So they're not doing that. The gyms are closed, so they're not doing that. And I don't really see anybody walking out and about. So how are they keeping mobile? Especially in senior community, if you're not using those muscles on a regular basis, they become so weak. And no wonder that they're falling. Now, as I said, they are losing so much as you get older. And granted, when you're a teenager and in your 20s and maybe even in your 30s, you kind of feel like by the time you're a senior, you're going to be looking like this. Or by the time that you're a senior, you can still run a marathon. And let's hope that you do. But you need to start now. Now, if you go through life, you realize that your body has boundaries and limitations. I am not talking about your dreams. I am not talking about your ambitions and your goals. There are no limits or boundaries when it comes to what you can do. The only person that can stand in your way is yourself. But I am talking about your body. So even if you were to do a triathlon, let's say, it takes time for your body to train up to being able to run a marathon, to be able to swim 2.6 miles, to be able to ride your bike, for that long period of time. I'm thinking in my head an Ironman, but any triathlon, it takes time to build and train your body, right? Just because you're feeling good one day and you leave the coast of California thinking, I'm going to swim all the way to Hawaii, chances are your body's going to get tired. You're going to drown. So you want to make sure that your body stays healthy. Keep your body mobile. Keep moving. Drink lots of water to keep those muscles hydrated. Eat healthy food to give your body proper nutrients. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the types of stretches, and this is the part where I feel is so important because, friends, it's so simple. It's so simple. Now, if I miss something, leave it in the comments below. If you think that there's another stretch that I missed that's going to benefit, definitely I want to know about it for sure. Also, what are you doing to help your senior community now that we're moving out of quarantine? What do you plan to do to help those seniors with mobility? Very simple stretches to do every day. Circle those arms forward, circle those arms back. Touch those shoulders with those fingertips, but keep those elbows nice and tall. Reaching up, stretching out those shoulders and those arms. Side to side, stretch out that neck. Keep those shoulders down. And gently look to the side and the other side. When working with those legs, make sure you do even amounts on each side, kicking up and then holding, and do little pulses, strengthening those quads and those hips. Make sure you do them on both sides. To strengthen those ankles, keep those knees together, keep those heels together, and spread those toes apart and together. Working on that muscle, keeping you nice and strong. Using a chair or a wall, stand up nice and tall, come up on those tippy toes, squeezing those glutes, bending those knees, lifting those toes off the ground. Make sure those knees never go beyond the toes. Nice big stretch. Coming facing forward, your shoulders and hips should be the same and kick out to the side, strengthening those hip muscles. Big circle front. You can do a big circle towards the back. Make sure you do it on the other side the same time. If you feel more comfortable using a cane or a walker, do so. Also, there's arm, shoulder, chest stretches, leg and ankle stretches, and neck, back, and hip stretches that you can do as well. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time.